Oh, and I got carded by a New York City transit cop the other day.
Is that right?
Yeah, I lost my Metro card, which gets you from point A to point B. So I boarded the crosstown select bus, which you prepay, and hoping that I would not run into one of these guys because it is a $100 ticket, people. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, they were there waiting for me. So I looked at the office at this nice young man, and I said, "I'm going to get it. You're going to have to ticket me, aren't you?" And he looks at me and goes, "How old are you?" And I tell him 60, and he looks at me. I pull out my ID card to prove my age, ladies and gentlemen. It's the first time I have been carded in 30 years.
Wow. That must, that would have made my day. If if someone carded me for cigarettes or something, I'd be like, yes, here it is. Yeah.
And you look really good for your age. And it was sort of like, and he did not give me a ticket, thank you, but I know the next time that my luck's not going to be that way because I'm going to get a fat 59-year-old transit cop.
Yeah. And you didn't have to flash your boobs or anything? I mean, it was just...
No, I don't think you want to see 60-year-old boobs with a mat with a lump of stuff. I could be wrong. Some dudes are just that desperate. We're not that desperate.
I know. Ramzy, what in God's green gameless earth are you doing?
No. I like the sound effects. It sort of works with the story.
It sounds to me like you're shooting bottle rockets at children.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Is that me?
That's you.
I love it. That was fine. That was
Did
great.
I
what do you do?
Did I forfeit the interview?
No, of course not. There are no rules here. You get to be yourself, man.
I didn't want to impose on Kelly.
No.
No, you were just thoroughly upstaging me with your family sounds, with your family life, Ramzy. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go and find pizza or something, or just eat out of the can of Crisco vegetable shortening. That's disgusting.
Ramzy, why are the police coming for you?
I'm at the laundromat, man.
Oh, now this could get very interesting. Would you go up to a random stranger and ask him what the meaning of life is?
Dude, I'm in like a really Spanish neighborhood. I would probably have to.
Well, you
I don't know.
A little bit Spanish. I mean, do you think you?
I do look Spanish.
Yeah. You're also a trained boxer, is that right, Ramzy?
I'm a Teletubby now. My doctor said
Are you Tinky Wink?
My doctor said I gotta get down to 140. I'm like 168. Yeah, I got A cups. Yeah. No, yeah, I did for 6 months, and then I took a break, and I did another 6 months training for boxing, and I got it to the Golden Gloves, and I got my license, and then I went into to fight in the ring, and that's actually exactly what happened. I was overweight. I was supposed to weigh in at I think 130, and I was a few pounds overweight, and I had a couple of groupies there, and I kind of ruined it, my chances with them, because they were looking forward to me, to beat up some people. I was ready for it, but oh well, man.
What happens? I mean, I thought that you usually just got like a fine for that, but you could still fight if it was within 5 pounds or something. Or is that different with Golden Gloves?
I don't know. They were telling me to, like sleep in a bag or, take some diarrhea pills. But they didn't. I did everything I could to fight, and it's always like I said, I had a couple couple of girls there, and it's always been a dream of mine to, because I'm just really good at hitting the target, I guess. I'm just kind of like one of those people that are just like good at basketball and like hockey, and like you said, I have a kind of a resiliency or a drive. Yeah, hockey's great, man. That's probably the greatest sport.
Oh wow.
To play.
Yeah. Well, you're talking to my heart
and you
now.
Keep all your teeth.
I remember back in the olden days, man, my folks used to take me to semi-pro games. That's how it started. And when I was a little kid, we would go watch the Hampton Aces, which later sort of became the Norfolk Admirals. There was a break there. But anyway, and nobody had teeth. It was just, half the game was fighting and half the game was hockey. And it was all about the fun. And then when I went to Alaska, I followed the Alaska Gold Kings up in Fairbanks when I was there with the Air Force. And they would go drink with us after. You could literally go to the bar with them because it was such a small town, and it wasn't like they were famous or anything. And I loved it. And so I've always been hooked on hockey. But my team's the Washington Capitals. 40 years on the circuit, no Stanley Cup, inexcusable rather. So, do you like any sports, Kelly? Do you follow anything like that?
I am 49er faithful. Mm-hmm. Deal with it, New York. I'm Giants faithful. We got them. So just stop your bitching. You got the Giants, Manhattan. Deal with it. I did a USO years ago when I first moved here to New York, and the MC refused to say I was from San Francisco. I guess it was because. Yeah, he said, now here by way of, from, California, by way of Los Angeles. Like, no, you motherfucker. I'm from San Francisco. We got the Giants. You fucking deal with it. And, seriously. And,
I'm afraid New York's going to rise up against you, man. There's some people that are still bitter about that.
Oh, they fucking hate me because I am, because I am so San Francisco centric. I am diehard. I mean, to me, the happiest things in my life was watching the
San Francisco was great. I would love to live there.
One of the happiest moments in my life was with my nephew. Well, my brother and his family were here visiting, and he and I went down to this Bay Area sports bar, and we watched Stephen Curry and the Warriors make LeBron James cry. You cannot find a single Golden State Warriors jersey, cap, or anything in this city, and they fucking won the championship.
It's loyalty, man. It's local loyalty. It's something that's lost here. I used to like the Redskins.
It has nothing to do with loyalty. It has everything to do with ego bruising, because the Knicks get to the playoffs and then they fold. It's like the Buffalo Bills. They're a great team until they get to the playoffs and then they fold. Yep. That pressure, as a 49ers faithful, I may not like Seattle, but damn, they have a good team and they play really freaking well.
Yeah.
And when Seattle and New York and San Francisco play, it is such a fucking great game to watch. Although I will say that watching the final game of the playoff, that was such great basketball because you really didn't know which team was going to win. It was that close of a game. It was that good of a game.
Yeah. That reminds me when I don't follow basketball, but I used to when I was a kid, and the big Celtics and Lakers matchup was always the one that everybody looked forward to, and I remember them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Super exciting stuff, but then I just kind of drifted away from basketball and baseball.
And through my dad, I'm a soccer fan. Mm-hmm. Because my father was from the Netherlands. He played when he was at Utrecht before the Germans shut the place down. And then he played when he was at Cal Berkeley. And then in the 1970s, there was an attempt to introduce soccer to the United States. Mm-hmm. And Oakland, California actually had a soccer team called the Clippers. And the game he and I went to was the Clippers playing Santos of Brazil. So we got to see Pelé, the great Pelé play.
Yeah.
And it was shortly after that game when Santos wiped the field with Oakland that the Clippers closed up shop. But that's...
America's still not taken seriously in the soccer world It seems to me. I don't know if it's just too new to us, or it's been a national pastime of, South America and countries
of the world. Yeah, of the world. Well, I think what it is there's more hate on because our teams are getting better. Our national team is getting better, and all hell will break loose when America finally wins the World Cup. I mean, it will just.
Yeah, all hell will break loose.
It will just be people. It will be people will not be able to. Will not be. There will be suicides.
But I think that soccer is becoming more mainstream for FIFA for women.
The women's team is amazing. Well, and take a look at how FIFA treated the women's World Cup. How shittily they treated them. Put them on AstroTurf. But I also think that here in America, why soccer or football has not taken off the way it has in other countries is because the gamut of sports activities, basketball, baseball, tennis, American football, rugby, essentially rugby without the violence, without the players getting carried off the field, volleyball, roller derby. I love roller derby. Field hockey, ice hockey. You have a lot of different activity outlets here in America that maybe aren't seen as the same way as in Europe or other places. I know baseball is becoming more popular. All you need to do is take a look at how many non-native born Americans are playing.
Yeah.
There's always a very large Hispanic Latino presence in baseball because I remember Orlando Cepeda playing for San Francisco, and of course, speaking of the Giants, again, seeing Willie Mays and Willie McCovey play, and just these incredible, players.
Yeah. Now you're getting Asia's even making an entrance into baseball.
Yeah.
Which I would have thought I would never see, but it's serious now. I mean, basketball too. So.
Oh yeah, but also too especially for countries like China, sports like football and soccer and basketball are ways of aggression release.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it releases the aggression, and the hostility that the fans, the people may feel towards the government, and it's a safety valve for them.
Absolutely.
I think only basketball is, and that's one of my popular jokes that I like to tell when I have the chance is the easiest way to win a basketball game is just pop a Viagra before the game starts. And just the fact that I don't know if you've seen Kevin Bacon and the Air Up There.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he goes to Africa and he ends up he's the coach, and then he ends up like beating the other team. It's like all black team, and I don't know. There's something about basketball. And it's a joke that's always gets laughter.
Mm-hmm.
If I say if I take a Viagra, if I were to play Michael Jordan, or I actually just go ahead and lie and say I played Michael Jordan and won a contest because I took a Viagra before I played him, and he just kind of forfeited it.
Now I'm going to be incredibly rude, Ramzy. Are you telling now, Ramzy? Now I'm asking you a question. Are you saying that because your dick is bigger than Michael Jordan?
No, because you can't. You're not going to play ball against somebody with, that's going to poke in the eye, and then you're not going to want to be defended.
That's what
you're
I'm
not going to want
to
be defended by somebody.
Ramzy, you're saying your dick is bigger. Your dick is bigger than Michael Jordan, so that's the only way you can poke him in the eye on Viagra.
No, I'm saying that if I'm playing one-on-one, I don't want to, I don't want it stealing the ball from me, or like. It's just the whole idea that,
that your penis will keep Michael Jordan from stealing the ball from you.
That's what I'm saying.
Gets in the way.
Exactly.
Okay. So how are you going to dribble? When you got the big old, you know,
That's the
You
deal.
know, and I thought I was being kind of like